but my physics labs were a complete train wreck. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is one that I am kind of excited to make because I have been wanting to make this video for quite a while and just say a bunch of my thoughts and feelings about my first semester of university, but I wanted to wait until it was officially over, which it is. I had my last final exam yesterday, which might have been why I wasn't posting as much, which I really apologize for. I really did try to post a lot, however, I was just super overwhelmed with finals and exhausted, but now I'm going to be on a regular posting schedule again every Tuesday and Friday, so did just want to apologize for that, but it was because of final exams, which I will be getting into. But I am going to be talking about my first semester university experience today, specifically my first semester experience at UBC, and even more specifically, my first semester online. So I have so many thoughts and opinions about this semester that I'm just going to be sitting down and sharing with you guys. And what it was like to be an online college student during a pandemic. I know a lot of us are kind of in the same position right now, so hopefully if you're kind of going through a similar thing, maybe you can know you're not alone in this. And I'll kind of just tell you guys what it was like, how the university adjusted to online. And yeah, so without further ado, let's just get right on into the video because I have a lot to say. Alright, so I'm just going to start out by saying straight up, this was a bad semester. This was a terrible semester. And this is coming from someone who's been excited to go to college forever. I started this YouTube channel making school videos. I've always liked school. I've always enjoyed it. As much as I would complain about it, I always liked being in school. I have been literally planning out my colleges, and I literally knew that I wanted to go to UBC back when I was in grade 9. So this has been a really long time coming and a really highly anticipated semester because it's just something I've been really looking forward to for a really long time. And obviously there were things about it that were bad. So clearly I didn't get to move onto campus, didn't get to do in-person classes just because of the pandemic. I did literally everything from the room I'm sitting in right now, in my parents' basement, and it was terrible. It was a terrible experience. And I felt that I was going to be very fine because I had done online school before. Some of you guys might know I'd done a lot of online classes in high school and even did times where I was a full online student. So I thought that this was going to be a piece of cake. I loved online school. I had no issue with it. However, being that we were in a pandemic made it so much worse because before, when I did online school, I was still in extracurricular activities. I was in clubs, I had a job, things like that. I hung out with friends all the time, so I was really motivated to do schoolwork during the school hours, 8:30 to 3:30, and then, I'd go to work after school, or I would hang out with friends after school, things like that. So, but being in the pandemic, obviously I don't have a job because, a lot of places are closed, and I'm not really hanging out with people because, social distancing, things are still pretty bad here in Canada, so, I've been keeping my distance and things like that and staying home a lot, but that really just led to me sitting at home a lot, and it really has not been that fun. It was really bad on my mental health, quite honestly. And I was just never motivated to do schoolwork. I slept in all the time. I mean, obviously I didn't sleep through classes, but if I didn't have classes, I would not be waking up early. I have a terrible sleep schedule, and I blame that on online education because I literally I did not have any motivation whatsoever. I'm really hoping I can fix this for semester 2, but honestly, I'm gonna do my best, but it was a really hard semester. And then just with the way teachers adjusted to online learning, I feel wasn't necessarily the best. I had a few teachers, for example, my math professor, my chemistry professor, as well as my psychology professor, that did an excellent job of switching to online classes. And I really enjoyed their classes. Their classes were always my favorite. I'm not a huge math person. I don't really enjoy it that much, but I loved my calculus class. My chemistry class I didn't even want to take, but I ended up having to take. I was dreading it, really enjoyed it. And my psychology class, that's my major, so I really enjoyed that. Other teachers of mine did a terrible job, and I feel like a lot of the teachers took this as the opportunity to literally have a vacation, because what my physics professor did, we like never had lectures, and when we would have lectures, they would be terrible and we wouldn't do anything in them. But he would just give us YouTube videos from another guy on YouTube to watch for physics, which would be one thing, except like the assignments and tests were absolutely nothing like these said videos, so that was super frustrating. I ended up getting so frustrated I dropped second semester physics and I'm taking something else instead. My English professor also did a really bad job. I think throughout the entire semester I had 5 classes with her. And, you know, as opposed to my other classes where I had around 25 classes, between 20 and 25 classes this semester. So that's just for reference. We never had class, and the class was supposed to be twice a week for an hour and a half each time, so a total of 3 hours per week, but we only had 5 hours of class in total. So that's that. So I feel like some teachers really did not do the best job of making it a good transition. This is not to say anything bad about the university, because I feel like overall the university itself did a good job of switching over to online classes, because like I said, like most of my profs did a good job. So this is not to like say anything bad about the university. This is just to say something bad about those couple profs, which really took down my experience for me, just because I was teaching myself the entire course, and teaching yourself university level physics is not a fun time. I really struggled with that, so I'm really excited that that's over now, but it wasn't fun. The other thing that I'm sure you guys are wondering about when I talk about online school experiences is labs, because that was my first question, and I know it was a lot of people's first question. So how did we do labs? So I had 2 labs this semester, one for chemistry and one for physics. My chemistry lab was actually pretty good. This is not to say it wasn't difficult. It was about as difficult as a chem lab should be. But they did a really great job of transitioning to online. They gave us videos to watch of other people performing the labs, really well explained. And you know, they gave us the data for us to do the calculations on our own, which I feel like was about as good as they could have done with the chem labs. I don't have too much to say about those ones. Overall, it was not a bad experience. The TAs were great, everything like that. But my physics labs were a complete train wreck. Instead of just showing us videos of other people doing the experiments, they expected us to do them at home, which included them sometimes asking us to take apart furniture in order to have materials for the labs. We ended up not having to do that because people got so angry, but there was a certain lab where we needed like a really large plank of wood, and everyone's like, I don't have a large plank of wood lying around my house, and they told us to take apart like bookshelves and things like that in order to do so, which was not something that we were willing to do. So I feel like it was very unrealistic expectations. I actually have a couple videos of me throwing random things across my room to analyze, which I'll put on the screen just because I think that they're quite funny. But quite honestly, that lab was a train wreck, and then plus there was the lab reports and the pre-labs, and they were just marked super harshly. I feel like the entire physics department was really not understanding about the whole online situation. Students were really struggling with the labs. They're like, I'm needing to go out and buy things for this lab. This is ridiculous. Like, I know some people can't always do this, and I just feel like it was a lot of unrealistic expectations that the physics department put on the students when it comes to online learning. And this is not to say that the physics department at UBC is a bad department, or, you know, that you shouldn't take a physics class at UBC, because this is totally my experience of like the online situation. Even my professor actually has very good reviews from, you know, like before online learning started. A lot of people gave him really good reviews and said he was a great prof, but for me in online, I felt like he was really lazy and did not do anything. So, I don't want to say that this is what it is like all the time. I actually have no idea what it's like to take physics, in normal circumstances, and I never will because I dropped second semester physics. But I'm just kind of sharing my experience, and maybe I just suck at physics and maybe I'm just an idiot, but this is just kind of my thoughts and opinions on how they ran the program, because obviously a lot of you guys probably want to know. So these are just my complete honest feelings, and yeah, just wanted to preface that by saying mine is not the only right opinion. I know a lot of people who actually quite enjoyed and did really well in physics this semester. But anyway, I don't know, I feel like this semester was very, very just difficult overall on the students. Like I said, a lot of professors did a great job and understood that this was a really difficult time and really tried to make things as easy as possible for us. Like I know my chem professor made a lot of stuff open book because she's like, you guys are going through it already. We're all going through it, you know, like let's do this together. And then even I know like a lot of my math professor gave us a lot of bonus assignments and ways we could get bonus marks because he knew a lot of us were struggling in the online learning environment, which was awesome. And a lot of them did, like especially my math professor did so many virtual office hours. It was insane. So some professors, like I said, did an amazing job, and I had a great experience with a lot of things, but overall my experience of how I felt this semester was not good. I don't know. I'm gonna hopefully try to make things a little bit better for next semester, but like I said, I didn't have a good semester. Obviously I'm continuing into next semester, and I'm just hoping that it's better because I was really hoping for a lot more out of my college experience, and this just was not it. And so I'm just really hoping that things are better in the future, and maybe they learned a little bit from this semester, because I did not have a good semester. And yeah, so I just wanted to be super honest and share my thoughts with you guys, and let you guys know that maybe this is why I haven't been posting as many YouTube videos this semester. Not because I've been more busy, but just because things have been so much more difficult. But I'm really missing posting on YouTube. I've noticed it is something that makes me really, really happy. So I'm going to be continuing to do that a lot more frequently. And yeah, so I think that's all I wanted to say. If you guys have any other questions or any other videos that you want me to make, please make sure to leave me a comment down below, and I will be sure to make them or answer your question. If you have any questions about UBC in particular, I can try to answer them. I only kind of know like from my personal experience, but I can try to help you out if you need, because I know I've been getting a lot of questions on my Instagram lately. So if you have any more, just feel free to leave them down below. And yeah, I think that's all I want to say. So I really hope you guys all have a great rest of your day, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!